Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this episode we'll take a special look at the FA Sunday National Cup final taking place this Sunday at Millwall's Newden Stadium. In the final it will be between two London-based teams, Baiteze squad of the Essex Corinthian League and Highgate Albion of the Barnet Sunday Football League. In this episode we'll look at the key matchups between both teams, where their strengths are, and also look at how they made it here and show you some of the key moments in their run towards the National Cup final. And we'll also look at some of the past encounters that these two teams have had against each other. So starting off with Baiteze squad, in the first round they took on Borussia Martlesham. They're a team based in Suffolk, I believe, or Norfolk, one of them two. They play in the same league as Kitchener. It was a 0-0 draw, but Baiteze prevailed on penalties 5-4. In the second round, it was a highly anticipated matchup against SE Dons. A very, very large crowd came out. I think it was the Fisher Athletic FC to watch these two teams play. And Baiteze were very dominant in the first half. And that dominant performance in the first half led them to picking up a very well-deserved 3-2 win on the day. They were the better team according to a lot of people. Obviously you had a lot of chat on social media from both sides, but the consensus was that Baiteze were very dominant in the first half and they were able to use that to win the game against SE Dons. In the next round they took on Grand Athletic, who are currently still the London Cup champions for a few weeks at least. Their crown is going to be given to either Hatch Lane or Trabzonspor UK, but Baiteze faced them in two competitions, actually faced them 3 weeks, I believe, on the spin after one of the games got abandoned. Fuck them kids, as they would say, that Michael Jordan meme. But 3-1 win against Grand Athletic, very good result there. They then took on Scorthorpe Athletic up north in the quarterfinals and beat them 4-2. Very good result there. And then they took on a Middlesbrough Dormans team who knocked out the previous FA Sunday Cup champions in the round before. And they did go down early, but they showed great character to come back into the game and prevail on penalties as well. And that's one of the key moments, I think, going down early in that game and coming back and showing that character. And that's one thing I've been really impressed with Baiteze this season, is the amount of character they've shown. They have had some downs this season as well. You look at the very disappointing loss in the semi-finals of the London Cup against Trabzonspor UK, especially after knocking out Grand Athletic. You know, very good performance there, but you'd expect Baiteze to go on and win that game. They were up against Trabzonspor as well. They beat good teams in Oakwood as well. You know, they've had a very good season. Unfortunately for them, they didn't lift the Essex Corinthian Championship as well, going down to Hatch Lane. So this is, you know, it's all on this for Baiteze. And as Bill said, their manager, he'll be very disappointed personally if they don't win this game, because it constitutes an empty season for them. And for a team like Baiteze, I think, even though they've done incredible to get here, I believe they'll see this season as a failure if they don't win this game. So looking at their opponents, Highgate Albion, they got 2 walkovers in the first 2 rounds against Skewbridge and Falcons. They then took on Burfield in a mud patch, and this game was defined by a fantastic goal from Hamza Semakula. 2-0 win there. They then took on Club Lucy and really punished them for their mistakes. A 6-1 win. They then took on Mayfair in the semi-finals, and Mayfair were on top for a while this game, but the game kind of switched on a red card. I thought it was a red card. It was a very dangerous tackle from the defender, and Highgate Albion used that momentum and they took their chances and they took the advantage of the extra man, and they punished Mayfair, because Mayfair did have a few more chances as well. A very gilt-edged chance, I think, at 2-2. But Highgate Albion took their chance, and that's why they're there, because they were more clinical on the day than Mayfair. I'd point that as their real big performance in this one. Their real, character showing performance, because they had it most of the way against Burfield. They were very good. They controlled the game as well. Riley and Mohammed in midfield were very key, and Semakula as well in that game. They controlled the game fantastically well, and then punished Club Luzi for sloppy mistakes, and then showing character, going down early against Mayfair, much like Baiteze were, and they came back, showed resilience, and ended up with the win. So looking forward to some of the matchups as well. We obviously have the midfield battle, Adi Cole for Baiteze squad and Stephen Carvell for Baiteze squad, going up against Riley and Akram Mohammed of Highgate Albion. Highgate Albion will be without Hamza Semakula. He has, I think it's an ACL injury, and there is a GoFundMe page if you'd like to donate to that. I believe it's on his Twitter page. So good luck with that to Hamza. I don't know why. I don't know. That sounded like I was smiling when I said that. No, hopefully, obviously with the situation with kind of COVID and hospitals right now, it's very hard for a player to get the treatment he needs, and obviously he'd need that surgery to make a full recovery, and it is what it is really. And so it's a big disappointment for him, because he has been very good for Highgate Albion in the games that he's played, especially that game against Burfield. He was fantastic in that game. But I think one of the key matchups is that midfield battle between Mohammed and Riley and Cole and Carvell. That should be one of the key points. I think how Hessian and Cruikshank at the back for Baiteze, as well as Pires in the defence, and whoever plays on the other side, because they have had, mix and match at the wing back positions. Baiteze, how are they going to handle that three-headed, four-headed monster of the Highgate Albion attack of Kennedy, Ofori and Cass? Mainly, they're the three main components of the attack. How are they going to manage to handle that front three? Obviously, Ofori, a very quick, very talented, tricky winger. He should be able to cause problems to any defence, and it's up to the Baiteze squad management team and the Baiteze squad players to be able to kind of minimise his threat on the day. And obviously you've got Cass in the middle, very powerful player, good finisher as well. He's a threat from everywhere really. He can take free kicks, he's good in the air as well, and he's a poacher on his day. And I think they're going to have their work cut out, but obviously they've got here for a reason, Baiteze, and it's on the other end as well where they're a real threat. Shamari Barnwell, he's been a fantastic, threat for Baiteze squad this season. 19 goals he's had this season for them, and he's had a fantastic run in Saturday football as well with Malden and Tiptree. Sorry, getting my words mixed up there. Obviously, you've got Alex Teniola as well, the experienced striker. He's been through it all with Baiteze. He was there in the Hackney and Leighton League days, and for him it would mean probably the world to pick up this title. They're going to be the threats as well. Kranz as well on the wing. They've got a lot of talent on the ball as well. They work hard as well. And I believe that the battle between Teniola and Barnwell against Maitland as well of the Highgate Albion defence. He's a very experienced centre-back. He's actually got 14 goals this season. I think 13 of them were penalties, but a fantastic season for Ian Maitland, the experienced captain of Highgate Albion. It'll be interesting to see how he deals with whoever plays as a centre forward for Baiteze, how he's going to use his experience to be able to defend them. But it should be a very, very good game. I won't be able to get there because obviously I'm working, but it should be a fantastic game, and make sure you get down there. If you haven't bought your tickets, make sure you do, and support grassroots football, support Highgate Albion, support Baiteze squad in the final, because they fucking deserve all the respect and all the love that the fans are going to give them on Sunday. And I hope they have, a great game. I hope it, because it's an advert for grassroots football. We've had stuff like the Sunday League Super League, mooted in Twitter rumours and stuff like that. And I believe that this is a showcase of grassroots football. Even though it's at a big stadium, it shows us that we can, as grassroots football fans, supporters, players, management, we can, affect the Sunday League game and show you that this is the level we can get to. We can be as big as we want to be, and it'll be a fantastic game on Sunday. Just looking back at the previous meetings as well, because there is a bit of history between these two teams. Obviously, they met in the London Cup a few years ago. This was back when Baiteze were in Mile End and in the Hackney and Leighton League. The game was really defined by a few mistakes from the Baiteze squad keeper, and as well as a fantastic backheel finish from the Highgate Albion striker. They did actually meet earlier in the season in pre-season, and Baiteze squad did a number on Highgate Albion. So it'd be very interesting to see how Billy and Adam, the respective managers, take the information from that game and see where they went right and where they went wrong, and try and rectify some of the stuff that happened in pre-season, and see, whether they can exploit weaknesses and whether they can, use their strengths, what worked that day, and see if it can work, on Sunday as well. It should be a fantastic game. It should be an excellent game. Obviously, you've got to give credit to, Bill of Baiteze squad. There was a lot of question marks a few years ago when they decided to leave the Hackney and Leighton League and join the Essex Corinthian League and move away from Justin being the manager and going to Billy. And I believe it's paid off for them. Not saying that Justin's a bad manager, but we have heard from a few Baiteze squad players and said that the move to the Essex Corinthian League did wonders for them as a club, and for the players as well. They've improved immensely. They've shown that spirit. They've shown that quality. They did win the league last season, albeit in a smaller format. I believe it was just a little kind of mini league, but they still won it, at the end of the day. And they've got to the National Cup final, beating some very good teams along the way. So obviously that's paid off for them, getting to the National Cup final, getting to the semi-final of the London Cup. They'll obviously be disappointed that they haven't made the final, but it showed how, they can match and beat the best teams in London. They've shown that all throughout this season, and they've shown that they can beat some of the best teams in the country as well. On the other end, Highgate Albion, it's been a decent season for them, but a lot of regrets, they'll have. And obviously, Adam will be looking to lift this trophy. He's won pretty much everything else to win. And this was one of the last things that he has on his CV to win. But obviously for Highgate Albion, for both teams, I think, will they look at the season and see a loss here as a failure? Probably for Baiteze, I think, because if they don't win this, it's no trophies. But Highgate Albion obviously still have the league to play for. They have 3 games left in the league. If they win all 3 games, they will win the league title. They are in the Roger Jones Senior Challenge Cup semi-finals against heavy hitters, who did defeat them last week as well in the semi-finals of the Premier Cup. So that'd be very interesting to see that rematch. They did get knocked out of the Middlesex Premier Cup in the semi-finals by Takers, and they did lose fairly early in the London Cup as well. So there's pressure on Highgate Albion as well, because this, I think it will be them. I think it'll probably be their best chance of winning a trophy this season. You know, they've still got 3 very hard games against Gower, Trabzonspor UK and Oakwood. 2 of them teams are fighting for the title. So, you know, 3 wins there ain't a gimme. But obviously, as we said, good luck to both teams. I'm sure it'll be a spectacle. You know, get down there, support them 2 teams, because they deserve it. They've worked hard throughout the season, and there will be one winner. But, you know, football hopefully is the real winner on the day. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and we'll see you in the next one.